welcome back to Anime Channel, where today we're going to be watching my reaction highlights of episode 10 and 10 plus 1, in other words 11, of One Piece. And yeah, before I get started, I just want to say this video is dedicated to ZAGRASH, a new patron, and he's not only a patron, he also pops into my live streams quite often, and he's given a lot of gift subscriptions on my Twitch. Plus, he has tipped me in the past, so he's done so much for me already, and it feels like it's not enough to just dedicate this video to you, but thank you so much for helping me out. I really appreciate it. As you know, all pledges on Patreon, all tips are invested right back into this channel so that I can make more content for you guys, spend more time editing, edit better videos, get software, and yeah, everything just goes into this channel. This channel is my life. I love it so much. I love spending time with you guys. Without further ado, let's jump into the reaction highlights and then the review. So he is walking backwards, but he's walking towards the camera. Darda. I don't like this guy. I didn't think he was this dicky. I thought he would be like fine. Yeah, well, gonna go insulting someone's father like that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm mad at this douchebag for being such a dick and like provoking him with insults, but the words that he's using is making me think that maybe something happened in his past that he doesn't like pirates. But despite all of that, I can kind of understand at least him wanting to protect her if he's in her service and if he owes some debt to her parents. I don't know, if he takes care of her. Obviously, you would be like any dad, doesn't matter how good a guy is, like any kind of dad or dad figure is gonna want to protect the person that they love, you know? So I'm mad at him, but I also understand. But he's still a dick. Baka! You guys will understand, this is something you'll learn about me as we continue watching. I can sympathize with a character, but if they did something that I feel wasn't right, no matter how much they explain it to me, I can understand action, but that doesn't make me feel like, I understand it, so now doing it makes it right. Because I know that a lot of people like are caught up, and you know what's coming, you know what these characters have been through, but just because like you're not going to be able to get to know each person in the world and their history, and most people in the world aren't going to care about your history. So whether you have a reason to do something, doing it, if you do it and it's something wrong, even if you have a reason to do it, it's not guaranteed that people will take the time to understand why you did it. Sometimes it's just enough. Like there's no time to, in each day we have 24 hours, we have a limited amount of time. We can't take the time to get to know each person's history and understand them and their reason for being things for doing things and being a certain way. There's just too many people in this world, and we also have our own lives to live. So sometimes when someone hurts you, you cut them out of your life and you move on, because there's not always time to deal with the why and the how and the whatever. Even though if someone hurts you, they probably have a reason for doing it. Maybe they were hurt themselves, but we don't always have the time to understand. Like with anime is different, because if the creator chooses to show us, that's a different story and we might understand it. But the doing it part, you know, when someone does something wrong or right, however, whatever you feel about it, even if you can understand why they did it, the fact that they did it is still the most important thing. Like I have explained this a while back in other anime reactions. If you're a teacher and one child is bullying another child, you can probably understand if you know that child's parents, if you know how the father treats that child. Maybe the father is bullying their own child or an older brother. You as a teacher could know that, but that doesn't mean you should excuse their behavior when they're bullying another child. Like they're reflecting their parents' behavior maybe, and you feel sorry for them because they're bullied at home. You can understand why they're taking out their frustration and anger on another child at school. But that doesn't mean they shouldn't be punished for it. They should learn at some point, you know, just because you were hurt, you can't hurt others. I don't know exactly how this is relevant, but the reason I brought this up was because of actions, reasons, and effects, or the aftermath of actions. And yeah, I think it's important for any anime and even in real life.
それは私だってクラハドールに黙ってウソップさんと話をしてたのは悪いと思ってるわ。だけどあんな追い返し方ってないじゃない。
That's how I felt. I understand him wanting to protect her, but why did he have to go to those lengths? You know, you don't have to hit under the belt.
もう3年になりますか。私がこの屋敷へ来た日から。当時私はミスを犯したことから働いていた。
Oh, so he was a pirate? Was he a pirate or was he just like a ship boy?
命の恩人です。そしてあなたは私の恩人のご令嬢。あのウソップという若者はお世辞にも評判のいいとは言えない人間です。
How do you know that?
もしも万が一、
私もクラハドールには感謝してるわ。でも誤解しないで。ウソップさんはとてもいい人なの。
ですが。もうわからずや。わからずやで結構。
You see, I understand his reasoning, but he didn't have to be that harsh. If you know her at all and took the time to know her, Kaya, wouldn't you have noticed that she's happier after speaking to Usopp? Wouldn't you wonder, like, maybe if they could hang out, supervised? Don't you think that's a little bit more important than just keeping her locked away from the world? Can you really say you care about a person if you don't even know them well enough to have noticed that they're a happier person because of the story someone has been telling them? Don't tell me you haven't noticed that.
誰だ？俺を変な人と呼ぶのは。俺はただの通りすがりの催眠術師だ。
A hypnotist?
催眠術？すっげえ。
何？
なんで？いいか？よくやるのか。ワンツージャンゴでお前らは眠く。ジャンゴ。
He hypnotized himself.
こいつなんなんだ。ヤソップは誰が何と言おうと立派な海賊だった。なのにあの野郎は俺の誇りを踏みにじったんだ。絶対許せねえ。でもおめえお嬢様のとこへはもう行かねえのか？あの羊がなんでここにいた？
おいジャンゴ、この村で目立つ子。
俺は全然。
How are they connected?
変でもね。
Dude, just accept it. Is he gonna steal her away? What? The fuck? I trusted him. I felt bad for him. Oh, I thought maybe this hypnotist guy was gonna be funny and maybe even become part of the crew. I didn't know. Did he hear the word assassinate? Working hard gets you jack squad. Do you mean jack shit? I think he means working hard gets you jack shit. Cause I don't know what jack squad is. You fucking asshole! Did he kill her parents? Please don't tell me he killed their parents. Her parents. He did! I'm not gonna lie. This Django guy, I thought I liked him. He was funny. Fuck him. Oh, I love Luffy. Oh, fuck Luffy. Luffy! Luffy, no! Aw, shit, Luffy. Nope. Oh. The boy who cried wolf. But wait, I don't understand. Like, they want to make it look like an accident that they killed the Kaya, but why was Usopp scared about the village? Are they gonna attack the village too, or are they gonna kill Kaya first? He gets the inheritance and then they attack the village anyway. That makes no sense, does it? No, because then they could just attack the village and steal the inheritance. Were there banks? Where's all their money? Like, I don't know. I need more details. Aww. But they're not gonna believe you. Didn't he just say something about a cat? The flag, anyway. Luffy's not dead, that's for sure. Wait, what? Yeah, that was a cute ending. Okay, I'm gonna end this video right here. Full reaction is going up for patrons, and then if you're watching this on YouTube, part 2 will begin in a moment.
なんだ、ルフィは一緒じゃなかったのか？
ルフィは一緒に海岸にいたんじゃ。
いたんじゃん。
まだ怒ってんのかしら。あ、何かあったんだ。あんな結相会でどうしたんだろう。
Wow, they're so knowledgeable about him.
海岸はどう行けばいい？
なんかさ、ありがとう。海賊だぜ。
Can't you see that why that's not gonna work? Don't you understand? This is how this arc started. They're gonna just chase you. You see? You see? He's the real fucking liar. I knew it. He's gained their trust for 3 years. I wrote it down. I made notes on what to say. This is episode 10. I just got the title from here. The World's Strongest Weirdo, Django the Hypnotist. But anyway, so I used that just to get the title for episode 10, and I made notes about what I was gonna write about or talk about in the review. And I said here, I also find it kind of funny, not in a ha-ha way, that Kuro is the real liar in the story. Usopp is known as a liar, but he uses his lies for good, in a sense, because he wants to make Kaya happy. Kuro also lied, but his lies are pure evil, and sadly, Usopp is the one that will suffer for lying, because the townspeople aren't going to believe him, and yet, Kuro is the real liar. People will actually believe if he says Usopp is lying and I'm not planning to kill anyone. Sigh. I wrote there, sigh, because I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't fucking think the anime would, because the anime really points that out. It really shows, by that woman saying, if only you were trustworthy like Kurahadol or whatever. So the anime points it out in a very obvious way, and I like that they did that, because it's not something that maybe I wouldn't have picked up on it, but because I was so, the story really introed him like as a liar, and his name is Usopp, and Usto means liar, and he's got this long Pinocchio nose. So, and it's so funny that he's lying, but it is now the real liar is gonna get away with it. What? Don't do this. There was a sheep in the previous episode, and then that Django guy said Darda. And now he's a sheep-looking person? Can he hypnotize animals into becoming people? Why would he look like a sheep? To confuse me? Oh. Nope. Can't kill a rubber man by letting him fall. It would have been funny if he bounced like a rubber ball. Are you really gonna ignore him? Oh, I thought she was gonna ignore him. Oh shit, she's not gonna believe him. She's gonna think he's just angry. Is she gonna believe him? This is the moment of truth. Will she believe him? Is she gonna believe him? She's not gonna believe him. Exactly, it's not like him. Believe him. They're not gonna believe the kids that follow Usopp. Oh, it's the goldfish story from the last time.
で、まずびっくりしまったらしくてさ。
大変。
まあ考えてみりゃ無理もね。もう少しで焼き金魚になるところだからよ。
あなたのつく嘘が大好きだったのに。どうしてそんなこと言うの？
Because it's true.
お嬢様、どうかなさいましたか？
Came with a barrel gun.
お嬢様を離しなさい。とにかく俺を信じろ。この村から逃げるんだ。
He can't shoot because he might hit her. Where was he shot? I thought for a second he had shot her. That would have been some fucked up shit. Because imagine him trying to save her and then he's the one that got her killed. Kurahodol's plan would have been foiled because he didn't leave a will. But then Usopp-san will always be the one. It was his fault she got killed. Oh, that would have been fucking bad. I thought it was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I still don't understand how is her death thing gonna look like an accident? Why, like if you're gonna fucking attack the village, why does it matter and kill everyone? Why does it matter? Why does the will matter? Why does her death have to be an accident? I don't understand. Is it like, I don't know. Why is he making that face? Why is he making that face? Is he just recalling the memory? He tried. Tell them what happened. Stop hiding your arm. Tell them. This is like PTSD. Tell them. Tell them. No! Because you never lied to hurt anyone. Your lives were always used for good. Where does he live? Where's his mother? But then, and then you... I don't understand why he did that. I don't understand why. He could have at least, like, if no one else believed him, he could have at least told those kids the truth and asked them to hide. Or, like, at least save who you can, you know? And then fight, I don't know. You don't even have to fight the pirates, but save those 3 kids because they're the only ones who would have believed you. Like, try until you can. Because no one would hit those kids. So. But even if he did tell them to go tell the other people, they would have gone and told them, and then the parents would have said, no, Usopp's just a liar, and then they would have grounded the kids and they would have died anyway. But still, I don't understand why he lied to them about the truth. In a sense I do understand because he's traumatized in a way. I mean, that was a shit experience. I can understand that, but really, now you're gonna let everyone die, you're not even save, try and save those 3 kids, not even, I would have hoped that because he said he loved them so much, so I would have hoped that he kept fighting for the truth. But I also understand, like, if people are telling you you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar, even though you've always only used your lies for good, you can kind of want to just, like, if you raise a child every day and tell him you're too stupid to do anything, that kid's mind will put up mental blocks to actually, you'll break that kid down so much he'll actually believe that he's stupid, and then he won't be able to study or anything because he has these mental blocks that he's stupid. So that tricks him into being stupid because he won't be able to study because he already believes he's stupid, you know? You can trick your mind and your body into doing and feeling and thinking a lot of things. And that's why believing in yourself is one of the most important things in the world, because whether something is impossible or not, whether something is possible or not possible, if you believe it's impossible from the get-go, you'll never make it possible because you've already put those mental blocks up. So I understand that everyone calling him a liar, and even the person that he loved, if he loves Kaya, whether as a friend or as a romantic interest, the fact that he loves her and she called him like despicable, I think that cemented into his mind what everyone had been telling him and what he'd been telling himself. I'm a liar. Maybe he even believes that now. Like, there's no point because, so I understand, although I'm frustrated. So what's your plan? Oh, so fucking amazing! Oh. This is so fucking good, they're so amazing! I love them so much, they're such good people. Even Nami, I'm surprised. I'm surprised she's willing to put her life at risk, but she said she wanted the treasure, so it's cool, I get it. Oh, that was so good, I love them so much. They're such good people. I hope there are really such good people in the world. Oh, I can so understand why people love this anime so much. Like, it's like, we can't all be pirates, but if I could be a pirate like Luffy and Zoro and Nami, like, and this could be my life, like, it just feels so. But that's why we watch anime. Sometimes, you know, we're like Kaya in our houses. We're too frail. None of us can really do these things. But isn't it amazing just for a moment to feel like you can? Oh, just for a moment to feel like you're part of this story. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, so before we jump into the review portion of the video, I want to do the draw for whoever won the giveaway. So this is the website. Let me just quickly change the screen. So yeah, the winner I will contact, and I think via email, because they have to put their email in. I'm a little bit worried at this point because if I'm gonna say draw winners, I don't necessarily want their email to pop up, and then I don't want people to spam them or anything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just check first, and then I'll show you guys. I wanted to do it live, or not live, but recording it so that you guys see. I'm not choosing anyone specifically. It is a random draw, but I don't want to show it because I don't want their email to be, because that's private. I'm going to be emailing them, the person that wins, and give them access to my Discord and the private Super Otaku role where they will be getting the full reaction videos. It was in the disclaimer of the contest that you have to have Discord because that's where you're going to get the videos, the full reactions. But yeah, if they don't contact me back within, let's give them 5 days. I think 5 days is a good amount of time. So if they don't contact me back within 5 days after I sent them an email, I'll have to do another draw and choose another winner. But let's hope that the person who wins first gets the prize. So I'm going to click draw. And the winner is Leo. I'm just going to say Leo. Congratulations, Leo. Okay, so you've won my full reaction. So all of my full reactions that I've done thus far and all of my full reactions I will post in the future. You'll get them as long as you remain on the Discord, and yeah, I will at Super Otaku and post the link to my full reaction videos, and that's where you will find them. You'll be able to watch them. I post them on Daily Motion because they wouldn't be able to get posted on YouTube. I will be emailing you, so yeah, check your email in the next day or two. You have 5 days to respond, and then yay, you'll be able to watch One Piece with me from the start to the end, full episodes, no cuts. For the rest of this video, I will just be giving some of my thoughts on the episode. As you know, I do take the time to pause and share some of my thoughts while I'm reacting. So usually my reviews are not just about the episode, it's my thoughts that come up for me after finishing it and making like conclusions or maybe a little bit of predictions. I do also, I've told you guys before, I have a One Piece notebook. It's an online notebook because otherwise I type much faster than I write. So yeah, let me just quickly, sometimes I'll type something in the middle of an episode in case I'm scared I'm going to forget it. But mostly I finish the episode and then I make a little note here, episode 10, then I get the episode's name from this fandom page. It says episode 11 and then it gives me the real name of the episode up here. I don't really read through this because it's not spoilery. I read through this sometimes for Attack on Titan. I use this website fandom for Attack on Titan 2. And it's never spoiled me because it literally just shares about that episode. It doesn't hint at anything in the future. It doesn't, nothing. So it gives a long summary of the, a short summary, a long summary, the real episode name, an episode number, characters in order of appearance, Django, Kuro, Usopp, Luffy, Nami, Zoro, Kaya. It just lists the characters. In the anime, Nami treats and bandages Usopp's bullet graze. This doesn't occur in the manga. Instead, the bandage simply appears on Usopp's arm and it's unclear who applied it. Okay, so it's a little note on the difference between the anime versus manga, which I actually feel is really interesting. But I'm a little bit, I don't think it would spoil anything. This note didn't spoil anything. Yeah, so it definitely doesn't spoil anything. I just wanted to make sure you guys know that. I keep repeating it now. So the notes that I made in this specific one, I don't understand yet why they want to make Kaya's death look like an accident if they're going to attack the village anyway. I still don't understand that even after episode 11. Also, I wonder how Kaya's dad died since Kuro said it really wasn't him. So that's kind of, it's a little bit mysterious for me. Like, why would he say, no, I didn't kill him? Like, why would he care about, why would he lie about that, you know? So if it really was an accident that her father died, how did that happen? And what about her mother? So it's a little bit mysterious for me at this point, and I'm wondering why. Then this is all based on episode 10. Usopp is a nice guy. I really like him so far. When he was running to the town saying how much he loves everyone, that was the moment I decided I really liked him. Before that, I was still neutral, although I did think it was sweet that he told elaborate stories to make Kaya feel better. I don't really think they count as lies, to be honest, because I don't think he wanted to trick Kaya into believing anything. Like, there was no reason that he really didn't want her to believe what he did. He didn't lie to her to trick her or anything. He just told her these stories to make her happier. And I said, I don't think she even believes those stories. I think she knows they're just stories, but I could be wrong. So I could be wrong. maybe she did believe that he did all those things, but if she did, then it's her own fault for being gullible. Like, basically what I'm trying to say is his lies weren't even really lies. They were, stories. But if you want to be technical about it, what is a lie? Then yes, they were lies. But I'm making a distinction here because the intention of the lies in these 2 episodes were very important, because we have 2 liars, Usopp and Kuro. Clara, I don't know how to say his long name. Clara Hodol or whatever. So his lies are actual lies used to deceive people, Usopp's lies are really just elaborate stories. He gains nothing from them. He doesn't expect anyone to treat him differently because of his lies. He doesn't use fake stories to get anything. He's just making someone happier. So that's why I'm making the difference in why I say his lies aren't really lies. But if you want to get technical about what a lie is, then yes, of course he's a liar. The next note I made is, I'm sad Django is a bad guy because I kind of liked his weird character. #top 10 anime betrayals. Because I feel quite betrayed that he's so funny. I was laughing at him, and he's got a really interesting character, like the way that he looks and his way. So I felt kind of betrayed that he even is evil, because damn you, I liked your character. Why did you have to go and betray me? I told you guys before, I have seen artwork, so with a couple of people, I've seen a couple of people that are in Luffy's crew. Usopp, for example, was a character that I had seen in those visuals that when you the One Piece visuals, like the poster that you find on Crunchyroll next to One Piece. I've seen pictures. So I always knew what Usopp with his long nose. I didn't know his name, I just know there was a character with a long nose. Now that I'm talking about this, I'm wondering why, because sometimes when you judge a book by its cover, how, I'm trying to think of another example, you're gonna be less suspicious of a child than you are of someone with a leather jacket and tattoos on their face. Imagine someone comes up to you and you're gonna be more inclined to trust a child compared to a big old guy with tattoos and stuff. And it's not a bad thing that we make snap judgments, because in many cases they help us. There are bajillion people in the world, and we can't be friends with everyone. So sometimes making a snap judgment about someone saves us time. Because imagine if we couldn't make snap judgments. Imagine if you're walking in an alleyway, in a dark alleyway, and you see there is this woman with really rough hair, and she's foaming at the mouth, and she's looking at you coming. Imagine if you couldn't make a snap judgment in that moment. Even if there's nothing wrong with her, maybe she's just maybe she had sherbet, I don't know, what do you call that stuff, maybe she's fine, maybe she's the nicest person and she just had a really rough day, and she's just she just ran a marathon and now she's and she looks at you maybe there's nothing wrong with her, maybe she needs help, but maybe she's a rabid crazy person that wants to kill you. Sometimes you need to make snap judgments, and sometimes they help. It's not that they always help, sometimes they're wrong, but sometimes we need to save time and just make a snap judgment for our own sake, But if there was a child, a little kid, that's standing there and they look a little bit rough, you're not going to necessarily be scared and walk. If you have to get to the other end of the alleyway, you're going to walk to the other end of the alleyway, And it could be that child has been trained to stab you, so that then someone else, another I don't know, an actual evildoer, what do you call them, thief or someone, then they use the child to trick you so the child can stab you, and you're in pain because you've been stabbed, and then the thief steals your handbag. So you were tricked because you didn't make a good snap judgment because you think, oh, a child's not going to do anything to me. And then you were tricked by the fact that you didn't make a snap judgment. Even though you should have, at the start of the thing, in South Africa, we know you do not walk outside at night. It can be an alleyway with lights. It can be a street with lights. But when it's nighttime, you do not walk around by yourself. That is what we know in South Africa. So it doesn't matter if there's anyone on the streets. You just avoid walking outside when it's dark, okay? The reason I'm telling you all of this is because I made a snap judgment about Usopp, maybe for various reasons. I don't know. What other characters didn't I like at first, just because of their design? I'm gonna quickly check my Annie list and see if there's any characters from any anime that comes up that I didn't like at first, purely because of their design. Here's a pretty good example. I don't know if anyone watched Angels of Death. So there's a character called Zack. And he's scary looking. He has this hoodie, masked face. He carries around a scythe. I think his clothes are pretty bloody. I mean, I snap judged him and I thought, like, this character is fucking crazy. I don't like them. They're scary. Run, Rachel, run, you know? At the end of the anime, I liked him more than I liked Rachel, the other character. So that's another example of, like, sometimes you make a snap judgment just based on a character's design or their look or their clothes or, I mean, the bandages on his face, the blood on his clothes. Like, there were a lot of hints from me, like, this character is scary as fuck. Like, be aware. And yeah, I ended up liking him a lot at the end of the anime. I think the anime is called Angels of Death. If you haven't watched it, I really loved it. It was so great. I know a lot of people didn't like it because it is a little bit symbolic. It's kind of deep, like you have to think about it, and most people don't want to think about anime, they just kind of want to enjoy it. But I loved Angels of Death. So the reason I'm telling you all of this was just because that's how I felt about Usopp. I don't know if it was his style of clothes, his long nose, which probably immediately made me distrust him because of I was raised with this idea of Pinocchio and lying and yeah, whatever. And I guess that just made me feel like, God, this is a character that can't be trusted. I don't like him, nah. And I ended up really liking Usopp. And I don't know why I started talking about all of this. I think this happens a lot. I'm often sidetracked and then I even forgot, why did I start talking about this at first? Because I was talking about Django, and then I started talking about character designs, and then I started talking about Usopp, and now here I am, not really unsure where I was in the first place. But anyway, so Django I liked because of his character design. I think that's what my point was. And he ended up being a bad guy. Like, what the fuck? And I was shocked because of this Kuro guy. He was a damn good actor. I felt for him when he told that whole story about how her dad took him in, and yeah, he ended up being a bad guy, and I felt betrayed. And I'm very sad that Django is actually his lackey. Like, damn it, I really liked you, Django. I didn't like Kurahadol. I didn't actually like him. He was, like I said, I told you guys during the reaction, even if he explains his actions, that doesn't make what he did right. And I didn't like him, and now I'm like, yeah, damn right I didn't like him because he was proven to be a bad guy. Okay, I already read this during episode 11. It's about the Kuro, the liar, versus Usopp, the liar. And the townspeople who actually say, why aren't you more like Kurahadol? Why aren't you trustworthy like him? And actually, he's the actual bad guy, and Usopp is trying to tell them the truth, and they really don't believe him, which is very sad. So I'm going through my notes with you guys right now, and elaborating on them. So obviously, some of you have said you enjoy the way I do reviews, and I enjoy the way I do reviews. I love talking about these things. But if anyone doesn't enjoy them, they can just go read the summary in my notes if they like. And sometimes I make notes afterwards too while I'm editing if things come up for me, because sometimes I notice different things while editing. Or sometimes something is funnier watching it back, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so funny, and then I'll I make a note of silly things like that as well, but those aren't important things. So, next thing I want to talk about is this quote from Usopp. Everyone thinks that tomorrow will be just like any other day, but I will stop those pirates at the coast and make sure it was just a lie. So it's like, this to me is a very beautiful quote because it summarizes Usopp's character. Like, he's been branded as a liar even though he's a really good person, and he doesn't care how bad his reputation is. He's not, most people would be kind of, they'd want to prove the people wrong. They'd want to show them, look, I wasn't lying, this was true, look at these evil pirates. Most people would like want to force the truth down their throats or lord it over their, like, look, I wasn't lying and you all thought I was lying. He's willing to remain the town's liar if he can just save them. If he can make it all a lie, if he can, because they think he's just a liar. If he can make himself remain just a liar by defeating the pirates and keeping the town safe, he's fine with that because that's how much he cares for those people. So yeah, I'm actually really amazed at the type of person that he is. That's an amazing person. And now I'm happy that even though I judged him at first, I'm happy that I'm not the kind of person that will, you know, stick to my first judgment. I'm open and willing to learn about a person. And now I realize, like, he's never done anything to deserve me not liking him, because yeah, he lies, but the intention with which he does that, it never hurt anyone. It never hurt anyone. Sure, he tricked the townspeople into running after him every now and again, but like, it was their choice to run after him. Like, if they wanted to ignore him, they could just ignore him. Or do you know what I'm saying? It was never intended to hurt anyone. He made the town a little bit more lively every now and then. Yeah, I feel like his lying isn't even that big of a deal. Especially the fact that he uses his elaborate stories to make Kaya happy. And I mean, he could actually do that for the whole town. I could imagine him setting up a little stage and telling these elaborate stories to all the townspeople and all the kids. He could actually be like the town storyteller, but he ended up being the town liar instead, and that's a little sad. But I'm sure it was all his own choices, you know. He decided to do it that way, so that's why I really like that quote. And what I said was, I think this is such an amazing line. Wow, this proves what a great person he is, to sacrifice your own reputation and put your life on the line to save the people who chased you out of town, slapped you and shot you. I mean, I understand why they did that. Like, we can understand why the people chased him. We can understand why that guy shot him. We can understand why Kaya slapped him. Like, nobody knew him like we know him now, because we saw everything. We saw the truth. We know who Usopp really is, but they don't know. They only know the lying Usopp. No one ever took the time to really get to know him. You know, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed in Kaya, just a smidgen, because she only saw Usopp every now and again, and he told her these elaborate stories, whereas Kuro, he stuck to his role for 3 years, and he was a damn good actor. So yeah, it makes sense that Kaya would believe Kuro over Usopp, but it just makes me a little sad that she didn't even for a moment consider that he's telling the truth. Like, not even for a moment did she think the Usopp that I know would never tell a lie to hurt someone. Like, why? But it's not that she shouldn't have done that. Like, I understand why she thought that, but it hurts my heart a little that not even for a moment did she think maybe he's telling the truth. And that's why when those kids, for example, those 3 little kids, they believed it at first, and then when he said no, it was all just a lie, they said, we're really disappointed in you because we never thought you would use a lie to hurt someone like that. So I understand, like, I don't understand, because those 3 kids knew him really well and they trusted him. So that's why they didn't think it was all a lie. Because I heard it from Luffy first. So they would trust Usopp unless he himself told them he was just lying, and that's why they then believed him. But they really know him well enough. If he told them it's true, they would believe him despite all his lies. They know when he's telling the truth. And the fact that this lie was something that could hurt someone, and that's why I feel like Kaya could have just known, like, Usopp would never tell a lie to hurt someone. Sigh. But at the same time, if she did believe him and she ran away with him, Kuro would have Kuro, does that mean black? Like his suit and his hair? Oopsies. If Kaya had believed him and she'd ran away with him, if she had doubted Kuro Hudol and went with Usopp, he would have changed his plans and it would have looked like he was lying anyway. So at the end of the day, things worked out for the best, and now Luffy and Nami and Zoro are going to fight for that town because Usopp's courage inspired them. And I'm kind of wondering, if Usopp didn't inspire them to help, what would they have done? In my mind, I feel like I don't see them running away and leaving the town to fend for themselves. Maybe up until that point they haven't made a decision, or they haven't even really thought about what they were going to do, knowing that all of this is true. But after seeing Usopp's determination and courage, they decided, well, there's no other choice, we're going to help. But yeah, I think that up until then they hadn't thought about it, but I think if they took a moment to think about it, they would never have left the town to fend for themselves. I don't think so. What do you guys think? But I've been talking for long enough. I really enjoyed these 2 episodes. Let me just quickly do my One Piece, episode 10 and 11. So I said that I'm not going to be scoring One Piece until at least episode 50. I'm going to give it a lot of time, and then, because usually I score an episode at about, I score an anime at about 3 or 4 episodes in, and then I adapt the score as I go. But One Piece, 3 episodes in a 12 episode anime is like 50 episodes in One Piece, maybe even more. I'm not going to be scoring One Piece anytime soon. For now, I'm just having so much fun watching and finding out more about these characters. And yeah, I love that you guys are watching with me. I love going through your comments. Once again, big thank you to ZAGRASH for sponsoring this video and for being a patron and for joining me in live stream so often. See you guys in the next video. Bye!